Sabrina, going through the season, you made a real conscious decision, even in the off season and working with various trainers, to change your shooting style, and your 3-point shooting numbers and as far as volume went down a lot, and your 2-point shooting went up a lot. I spoke to some of your trainers about just how that thought process went into it, and it was mainly for a WNBA game. Can you speak to just the thought process that you had, the conscious decision to make a decision to help you this year, but then also for the pro level?
Yeah, I mean, everything that I was working on over the summer really wasn't for my senior year. It was looking, beyond that for the WNBA. So just working on finishing around the basket better, finishing mid-range better, because I know that I'm going to have to be shooting mid-range a lot more and being able to create my shot. And so obviously still working on my 3-point range and really just trying to better my numbers in all 3 categories, whether it's around the rim, mid-range, and the 3-point line.
Was talking to Alex, he had said you had a shooting drill in particular that was quite competitive, that you wanted to top Trae Young's number. Do you remember that particular drill?
It was summer and the start of the season. It does take a while, so I wasn't able to continue doing it like while we were practicing and stuff, but I got close, so I'll continue working on that now when I get back into the gym.
Nice.
All right, let's go to Maria Marino.
Hi, Sabrina. Maria Marino from SNY TV in New York. Thanks for doing this. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, awesome. So we had a pre-draft conference call yesterday ahead of the W draft. Rebecca Lobo said that she thought you could be a perfect fit for New York, not just because of your skills, but because of your personality. Do you agree with her? And do you feel like your personality is suited for any situation, even if it comes with some extra pressure?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't been to New York that many times. I've only been there twice. So I don't really know a lot about New York, but I am definitely, hopefully excited for that opportunity to play there and, at Barclays Center, and then just the marketability that there is in New York and kind of the hustle and bustle is something that I think could be not only beneficial to myself as a person, but as a brand and for women's basketball. So if I get that opportunity, I'll definitely be excited to try and use that to the best of my ability.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Ryan Thorburn, registered guard.
Hey, Sabrina. Good to see you even in this setting. Speaking of marketing, can you talk a little bit about what you're going through as far as deciding on which shoe company to sign with? And is it flattering to have, a Steph Curry courting you, Nike courting you, Puma, as a female athlete with going to New York? Do you think that's something that you can be a trendsetter in?
Yeah, no, it's been really cool just really learning about the business, and obviously it's an unprecedented time, and I would probably be in meetings with a lot of them and being able to meet a lot of the team and see how everything's done. But obviously everything's been done online, which has been a little bit different and still getting used to. But I haven't made a decision yet on a shoe company. I'm assuming it will probably happen before the draft. But knowing me, who knows? So that's what I'm aiming for, but I'm not sure, but just trying to weigh out the pros and cons of all the companies and seeing what's going to be the best fit for me.
And what's the most important factor you're looking for in trying to decide that?
I mean, the money's important, but I think just the vision and the kind of plan that they have in place for me and what I can do not only for the sport, but just for basketball and society. And so whether that's going to be a shoe down the line or whatever it is, just hoping to get with, a brand that can, use me on their platform to kind of advocate for something bigger than just basketball. And so I think just making sure that I align with, the right company that can do that, and also just being happy with where I'm at. And I mean, there's so much that goes into making sure that I can wear the shoe and comfortable in the clothing, and because that's what I have to play in.
Okay, let's go to Erica Ayala with The Athletic.
Hi, Sabrina. Erica here. I have a few questions for you, but one, I'm curious to know what your schooling is like. I'm not sure what your course load would have looked like, but how is that a little bit different for you these days?
Yeah, I'm in my last quarter of my master's program, and so doing that once a week, it has been a little bit difficult just being online and having so many phone calls and interviews and things going on. But the teachers in the program have been great, and so this is my last quarter, and so kind of just pushing through and trying to get this done, and so that I could get my master's. But it's been really exciting and awesome to learn online, and it's kind of helped just because I probably wouldn't have been at school anyway during this time because of the draft and hopefully playing at the next level. And so it's been cool to see how they've changed everything online and how they're adjusting.
And I mean, does that also extend to any plans for, commencement and stuff like that? Have you gotten updates on that?
No, I don't think that they have really released anything. I kind of got lucky and walked across the stage last year. So, that part's kind of cool. I do feel bad for all the seniors that, might have that taken away from them. But I'm hoping that they come up with something that could be meaningful for all of us to be able to celebrate in some way.
You alluded to your schedule, Sabrina. I'm sure things like this are taking up a lot of your time. But has ESPN or the WNBA given you any indication of what Friday will look like? What do you know as far as what's going to be sent to you technology-wise? What are you preparing for in that aspect?
Yeah, I know that it's going to be a virtual draft, so I know it'll be on TV. I think they'll probably just do like a split screen and have the interview on one side and then they'll be on the other. They just sent a box today with like some equipment and technology to set that up, and so I'm not that tech savvy, so I'll have to figure that part out. But I think it's cool that they're doing something, trying to make it special as best as they can, just because this day isn't as planned.
And final one for me, Sabrina. I know that Sue Bird has also been making rounds. She has put all of the rookies on notice that the vets are going to be coming for them once the season does start up. I mean, how do you kind of prepare knowing that you have great potential to go number one and that there are a lot of veterans in the league that are going to want to introduce you and the rest of your class into the WNBA?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a target on my back for the last 4 years, and so it's not going to be anything new. Obviously, they're veterans and they've been, it's like coming into the league, and so I'm just excited to be able to learn from them and make some friendships along the way. But I do know that it's going to be difficult, but I'm excited for the challenge to go up against some of the best players in the world.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Eric Scopel.
Hey, Sabrina, hope you're doing okay. I guess looking at the Liberty, if that's where you end up at, stylistically, how is that a good fit for you? And are you familiar at all with any of the players currently over there?
Yeah, I've talked to their coach a little bit, and he's been awesome. And so obviously they have a new staff there in place. And I've played with Asia Durr around for USA Basketball for, I think, 3 years. And so we won some gold medals together, so it would be really cool to be, aligned with her again and playing on the same team and whoever else they have there and bringing in there. But I'm just excited, if I get that opportunity. I think they have the right pieces in place, and I think the goals and the vision that coaching staff and the front office has for that team is bright, and so I'm excited to see if I'm able to be a part of that organization.
And then just one other question just about your draft day experience. Obviously, it would have been great to be there in person. What do you have planned? And is there part of you that's a little disappointed that won't be a possibility?
Yeah, I'm pretty low key, so I'm probably not going to be doing something very extravagant. So I'm just going to be with, my immediate family and just watching it. Of course, I'm disappointed that I'm not able to be in New York and walk across the stage and get that whole experience. But there's more important things going on in the world right now. So I'm just happy that I'm going to be able to be here with my family, and they're still making it as special as they can.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's go to Rob Mosley.
Hey, Sab, the profile of the league has changed, I think, for the casual fan, particularly so much the last few years with ESPN covering it more and things like that. I just wonder, when you were growing up, what did playing in the WNBA mean to you? Was playing overseas more of the goal? Was playing in international tournaments and the Olympics more of the goal? What did the WNBA mean to you when you were coming up as a kid?
Yeah, I think it wasn't on TV as much, and I ended up watching a lot more men's basketball. And so I didn't even know that there was an opportunity to play overseas at that time. I just knew growing up watching Becky Hammon and Diana Taurasi, and those were players that I look up to. And, I had Becky Hammon was my first jersey that I owned. And so I think at a young age, I always wanted to play professional basketball, whether it was in the NBA or WNBA. I always had that goal of playing at the next level. And so I think it's going to be an amazing experience to just be able to say that, I am a professional, hopefully, and able to play at the next level. And so, and also it's been really cool to just see the evolution of the sport, especially since I've been growing up and playing in it, seeing how much more people even know about the WNBA and watch it and how many games are televised. And hopefully that continues to grow.
And conversations you've had with Ruthie and Satu the last few days as the draft approaches, like what sort of things are you guys talking about? Is it basketball stuff? Is it draft stuff? Is it not any of that?
Yeah, we've talked. We were excited to be able to all celebrate in New York together and be with our family and friends. And so I think it's going to be a little bit different now that we're all going to be in different parts, of the country with our families. But we're super excited for each other and hearing what Ruthie's going to wear, trying to hear what Satu's going to wear. I'm not going to be wearing a dress, so I don't know if I'll be able to hold up to their standards of dressing nice, but just excited to hear kind of what they're doing and how special it's going to be for all of us.
Okay, let's go to Jackie Powell next.
Hi, Sabrina. Thank you so much for giving us your time. I just wanted to ask you a little bit about what it's been like to be on the phone with some of the GMs and coaches in the W, and what type of vision were you hearing?
Yeah, it's been cool. Obviously, I wasn't able to do that while I was playing, and so it was just a lot of watching the games and trying to get a feel for them just when I met them when they come to practice or games. And so it's been awesome to be able to talk on the phone and kind of just see what it's like at the next level. And the vision and goals is different for every team just because of the pieces that they have in place. And so just trying to see how, that's different. And obviously teams are at different levels. Some are on the up and coming, some have already established themselves. And so, being a part of a program that started from nothing and now is where it's at, I think I kind of have the experience on both sides of the spectrum. And so I'm able to give my insight on what I think, not only for myself, but for their team, and if I'm able to be a part of it.
And if I could follow up on that, if that's okay, what was something you noticed when Walt Hopkins called you?
Something I noticed. The fact that he was calling, I guess. It was cool to be able to talk to him and hear him. Obviously the speculation is that I'm going there, but I think just getting on the phone with him and just thanking him for even the opportunity and kind of just telling him that, me as a person, and I think everyone knows how I am, I don't walk around telling people I'm going to Brooklyn or that's where I'm going to be. And although I know the media and everyone kind of around is assuming that's where I'm going to be, I was just happy that I was able to get on the phone and just tell him that I'm excited and humbled for the opportunity wherever I land.
Right. And the vision he instilled in you, what type of vision did he lay out?
That I would be a piece of the puzzle that would make them go. They have great pieces, they have good guards, and they have good players potentially coming in. And so I think just being a key factor in that and what's going to make that team go. Obviously, they're not where they need to be, and that's a learning and growing process. And I've been a part of that for 4 years, and so I understand really more than anyone what it's like to come into an organization and have to believe in the foundation that's there and the coaching staff there, and then kind of just ride the wave, the ups and downs from there. And so I really understand it more than most, and so it's awesome to be able to hear from him.
Last thing, and then I apologize, I'll let you go, or I'll pass it on. Have you seen the new logo, and what do you make of it?
Yeah, I saw it today. It looked really nice. I had to go back and see what the old one looked like and compare and contrast it. But it looked cool. I'm excited. I think it's cool if I could potentially get the opportunity to join that organization, just kind of building something there, just like I have done here.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Andrew Hobner.
Hey, Sabrina. The major that you had for grad school this year was advertising and brand responsibility, if I'm not mistaken. What has that been like for you navigating this entire process of Sabrina Ionescu as the brand, looking for shoe deals? And is there anything that you've learned over the course of this year that, you know, you've been able to take and apply to what the last month or so has looked like as you're kind of moving from amateur athlete to professional athlete and brand on yourself?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think even like learning in these 3 years, obviously the growth of our team, but just understanding how much of an impact I have, and not only in the community, but for women's basketball. And so I think being a part of that program and learning the pros and cons that go into being a brand and how you have to align with, you know, something that's bigger than yourself, and making sure that everyone aligns with you, and the pros and cons to the media, and obviously understanding that I have a platform, and anything that you tweet, anything that you put out there has to stand for what you are. And so I think I've realized that more, and just trying to use my platform and my voice to, you know, kind of stand up for something that I believe in. And so obviously that comes with negativity and a lot of hate, I guess, so to say, from people online, but really just taking a stand and finding myself and what I'm really passionate about has helped me through this master's program.
And I know a lot of people have talked about, you know, presumptively you going number 1 in the draft, but I mean, the ESPN's got Satu right there behind you at 2. They have Ruthie at 11. I mean, what does it say about this group to not only have the potential number 1 pick in the draft, but potentially have the top 2 and then 3 of the top 10 or top 11 in the class?
Yeah, Ruthie won't get to 11. That's all I can say. She'll be in the top, you know, with us. If she gets to 11, I wouldn't go 1. I'd say I don't think that she's getting to 11. So it's really cool to be able to have us 3 at the top, especially just because of knowing how much we put pressure on ourselves this year to try and be the best, and we made sure that we all worked hard. It's been awesome to see them get the player awards, and I mean, I'm just so excited to be able to share that with them. It's never just about me or just about us as individuals. It's always been about us collectively. And so I'm so excited to, you know, see all of us be able to share that experience, and just knowing how much work we put in, and how much, you know, how much dedication we put into this season, and really through the years together, and excited to kind of be rewarded on that end with them.
Okay, let's go to KPTV.
Sabrina, obviously you were so used this year to seeing little girls, little boys, adults wearing the number 20 and the green and the yellow, kind of familiarizing yourself with being, again, you mentioned your platform and kind of being the face. Now, if you do go to New York and being kind of the new face of women's basketball, how has Oregon prepared you for that? And how ready are you to take that on being part of your life, as you mentioned before, that it is more beyond basketball?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be different, just especially since Oregon is such a kind of internet community, and basketball is viewed so highly there, especially through these last 4 years. And so it's definitely going to be a learning process of just going into a bigger market with so many things going on. And I think I'm just going to have to find my niche and find, you know, what's important to me, and what's going to help me and our team, and kind of use that to the best of my ability. So I'm excited to enter, you know, potentially enter that marketplace and see what it's like, and just learn kind of the business and what it's like, and hoping to put our team on the map, and getting, you know, more and more people to show up if I'm able to play there.
How much do you embrace that responsibility, though, to have so many young kids looking up to what you've been able to accomplish?
I mean, I love it. I think it's awesome. I know when I was young, I was looking for people to look up to, looking for athletes to look up to. And so it's only right that I'm able to do that and contribute to someone else's inspiration. And so I'm excited to hopefully be able to take that to kind of that new marketplace, and potentially New York, and obviously continue those ties in Oregon and in the Bay Area.
Okay, I've got time for just a couple more. Let's go to Ann Killian.
Orlando Sanchez, I see you. He will get to you. We got you.
Ann, you're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Okay, let's go to Orlando Sanchez.
Hey, all right. We're on. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Got you.
First and foremost, I just wanted to hear from you on just reflecting on what this year was like for you. And, you know, because I remember how it was in Tampa, being in the locker room, and the tough decision that you had to make. I know it seems like an obvious question, but does it feel like you made the right decision to come back?
Yeah, definitely. it's kind of hard to think about it. You know, I came back to win a national championship and then you don't win it. And then, you know, you try and see if there's any regret. But I would say it was probably one of the best decisions of my life to come back. Although there was many ups and downs, you know, through the year, I wouldn't have wanted to be anywhere else besides there. And so, you know, obviously one of the worst years of my life, but also one of the best, and just being able to share that, you know, with the community, with the school, with my teammates for one last time was a blessing. And so I don't regret anything about coming back to school, even though, you know, we didn't end up winning a national championship.
And the WNBA draft, hearing that there's something in the works to honor Gigi as well, to have that connection with you and Kobe and Gigi at the draft. How special is that for you to have all of that be a part of you?
Yeah, I will be speaking on their behalf at the draft as well. And I mean, it's going to be awesome to be able to kind of share that special moment with them and the other girls that they're going to be honoring as well. Obviously going to be hard just because, you know, they would normally be celebrating with me, probably in person. So just excited to know that they're celebrating in a better place.
Thank you.
All right, unfortunately, got to make this the last one. Let's go to Hayden Herrera.
Hey, Sabrina, you mentioned Ruthie not going to make it to 11. What kind of team do you think, you know, what kind of atmosphere do you think Ruthie would really thrive in, and what will she bring to a WNBA squad?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to pick her up on whatever team I end up on, so hopefully she'll thrive in the atmosphere that we're at together. But just she's going to thrive anywhere she goes. She's going to have a great point guard and someone that's going to be able to get her the ball, and she has better hands than anyone, you know, any big that I've ever played with, and her ability to catch and finish in the lane in traffic with bigger, smaller defenders, really anyone, is a gift that can't be taught. And so she's going to be able to thrive anywhere she goes. Obviously, the game's going to be difficult just to change from college to the pros with longer, more athletic, stronger post players, and same for us as guards. And so excited to kind of see the growing pain she's going to go through, and we're all going to go through, and just being able to see how much better she comes out on the end. But I'm hoping somehow she'll end up with me.